You make six figures, but if you looked at your bank account, would it scream financial freedom or financial stress? Here's the truth. High income does not mean anything if you don't use it right. So today I'm going to give you a real life step-by-step guide of how to turn a $100,000 salary into real financial freedom and maybe even walk away from your job forever. If you're tired of just looking successful but not actually becoming wealthy, let's get it. Step one is lock in the golden rule. Six figures isn't the goal, it's the starting line. The golden rule is don't just earn more, keep more. Your freedom is built within the gap of what you make and what you spend. Some key numbers to target is aim to save 30 to 50% of your take-home pay and automate that savings before it hits your checking account. So for us, it goes straight to our investments. And basically it does a really quick touchdown in our checking account and goes straight to our investments, and we never really see that money. The moment that money lands in your account, it has a job. And you want your bank account to feel empty because your investments are full. Step two, automate like a CEO. You don't have time to manage every dollar. You're busy earning, so build a system. What to automate? 401k contributions, Roth IRA contributions. Your direct deposit from work needs to have an automated plan of where to actually attack. You need to auto pay your credit cards in full. And you need to have every last bill on auto pay so that your investments, your debt pay down, and bills should all be automated. Nothing should be manual. And when money moves without you realizing it, that's when you get wealthy. It's on autopilot and you don't even realize it until all of a sudden you're wealthy. And that's the secret to overcome your human limitation. And that's my ultimate secret, is automation. Step three, follow this budgeting framework. Forget tracking every expense. We need to automate this process to get to the penny while also not spending any amount of time. My average student spends less than 30 minutes a month by looking at their budget. And this includes every part of their finances. So be conscious and put this in order. 50 to 60% of fixed expenses, 20 to 30% bare minimum of investing. But like I said, 30 to 50 is more ideal, and 10 to 20% of guilt-free spending. Give every dollar a job, but stop micromanaging every cent. This is how high earners stay sane, but still build wealth. And like I said, our average student spends less than 30 minutes a month when you have an automated system through and through. And if you're looking to be smart and level up your money with 2,400 other families doing the exact same thing that I'm doing through my national bestseller in Budgetdog Academy, go in the show notes below and book a call with our team to enroll today. And because you're tuned out, not paying attention, I'm going to pause you very fast. Go in the show notes below, like I just mentioned, book a call with my team, because that's exactly what you need if you're listening to this video. And as you can see on the screen, we've done this for 2,400 plus families, and the wins are endless. Step number four is max out your wealth engines. If you're making six figures and you're not maxing out investment accounts, you're bleeding. So some things to do is max out your 401k at $23,500 per year, max out your Roth IRA at $7,000 per year, max out your HSA if available, $4,300 if single, and $8,550 if you're a family. And then everything else put into the brokerage or real estate or other private equity assets. But when you're first starting, just do the basics. The fundamentals are what wins. And this is exactly what we talk about in the roadmap to financial freedom, which is in the show notes below, my national bestseller. So your salary is temporary, but you can use it as a tool to make your investments permanent and to live forever. Once you hit a specific number within your investments, that's called financial freedom. And once we target that and we hit that target, you can quit work. So number one, start by understanding what your financial freedom number is, and then figure out the monthly amount in each account to get to that ultimate number. This is a very simple process. There's a reason my students become millionaires and also financially free in due time. Step five is grow your passive income. Financial freedom isn't about not working. It's actually about doing what you want to do with who you want, when you want. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I spent the morning with my little daughters, and then right now I decided to film a video. As I look out the window, I see my mother-in-law and my wife and my two daughters walking down the street in a beautiful neighborhood because they can. And it's a Tuesday morning. Some examples of scalable income that you could be using to your advantage: rental real estate syndications like I use personally, digital products, index funds and ETF dividends like I use personally, royalties and content income, online business or side hustles. And when you earn that money, you want to put it in passive vehicles that continue to circulate for your life. Because right now, my dividends are paying me $50,000 a year alone, and my real estate syndications are paying me about $25,000 a year alone. So I'm making $75,000 by doing nothing. And that doesn't include capital appreciation, so an increase in my assets that I could withdraw from further to where I could be living well over six figures a year on passive income. But it's because I've actually put in the work to do what I'm telling you to do right now. And it's on you to take the next steps. And again, like I said in the show notes, we can make that happen. Step six, avoid the rich poor trap. Making $100,000 a year does not mean you're rich. And that's exactly where most people go wrong. They fall into common traps like lifestyle inflation. They have no emergency fund. They have no estate plan or even know what I'm talking about when I say that. They ignore the proper insurances and think they'll be okay until it's too late. And then they'll come back to this video and said, I wish I would have known sooner. And they say, I'll invest later because they're overwhelmed, anxious, and nervous, and they can't get past the emotional burden holding them back. And that's exactly why we have a behavioral psychologist in Budgetdog Academy to directly impact the individual that's overwhelmed, nervous, and anxious about their finances, because you don't have to feel like that. That's a choice. And you may even be feeling avoidant behavior as I'm speaking to you right now, but that's exactly what you need. And when you run away from your fears, you're never going to get help. And if anything, you're going to continue to be scared your entire life. So until you choose to fix the problem that you feel right now as I'm talking to you, it's not going to go anywhere. And if anything, it's going to get worse. So you can look rich and feel horrible, or be free and feel great. You get to choose. And I have a solution if you need it, but I'm not going to force anybody to take that solution. Step 7, use your milestones to actually stay on track. This is a long-term game, so we need to make sure we map out each milestone along the way so that we can build momentum and keep momentum. So maybe when you hit $100,000 net worth, not income, you're already ahead of 80% of people. That's a huge step in the right direction. $250,000, that's peace of mind. $500,000, that's FU money. And $1 million plus net worth, that is real leverage. Celebrate each one. Each one gives you more power, more freedom, and more choice. When we lost our old house due to mold and mycotoxins, and we lost every physical possession that we owned, and my daughter's gut was absolutely wrecked and seizures spiked and our whole family lost it all, we spent $300,000 to remedy that situation in total. And we could only do that because of what we did over a decade ago to position ourselves for the what if. Things will happen at different times, but if you're positioned and you have that leverage point, you're able to keep your family afloat and never be behind the 8 ball. And that's rare. A lot of men out here cannot protect their family, and it's really sad that you aren't a provider. But again, I'm not going to force people to want to level up. People come to me to level up naturally, and they put themselves in my circle because when you're in my circle, you win big. And that's in every area of life. So the mindset shift you need, you're not earning to impress, you're earning to escape and opt out of the system. The system that has you going to school to be a worker bee, to only retire for a couple years and pass away. And along that way, you pay the government to basically live. So forget trying to look wealthy. Real freedom is quiet. It's the ability to say no, the ability to walk away, and the ability to live life on your own terms. The world tells you to work for 40 years. FIRE says do it in 10 years. I say design a life that you love every single day, where you get to choose exactly what to do with who you want, when you want. This is very doable, especially in today's world when we have access to resources we've never had before. And if you're not resourceful enough, I cannot save you. All I can say is I have the answer because I've done it. And not only for myself, but 2,400 other families. So if you earn 6 figures, follow this exact playbook because you're going to be light years ahead of the crowd. And if this video helped you think differently, check out my next video in the top right-hand corner. I'm going to teach you how to go from $100,000 to $1 million net worth and to do it with some finesse. If I knew then what I know now, I would speed this journey up 10x. And that's exactly why I went from $1 million to $4 million pretty damn quick. And like I said, you can do the same. We have the answers. I'll see you next week.